Hi there, thanks so much for being here for the Alex's Team Foundation Spirit Month kickoff episode. I'm Katie Thompson. I'm so excited to be here today with Ryan and Ariana Wilson from the Alex's Team Foundation. Guys, thanks so much for being here with me.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Why don't you tell me a little bit about the foundation?
Thanks, Katie, and thanks so much for being our host for Alex's Team Spirit Month. So Alex's Team was established in 2002 after my twin sister Alexandra was a patient at Boston Children's and was treated for leukemia. After a 10-month battle, she died, and our family really wanted to give back to those doctors and nurses and all of the care staff who supported her and our family so much. So in her memory and using her as inspiration, we established the foundation to support the nurses and doctors and care workers, as well as pursue the fight against childhood cancer through research.
So Ryan, why don't you tell me about some of the programs that Alex's Team Foundation supports?
Our programming really fights childhood cancer on multiple levels through a nursing and fellowship program at Boston Children's Hospital and Harvard Medical School, as well as Dana-Farber Cancer Institute, and also the amazing research by Dr. Lauren Walensky at his research lab. We really try to bring things to the table that are not part of the ordinary budget to provide education, care and learning to these amazing nurses and fellows that are caring for these children every day.
And we're going to hear more from Dr. Walensky and a former oncology patient turned current Boston Children's Hospital nurse in an upcoming interview. But I'm curious to know a little bit more about why you chose to focus on nursing programs.
So when my sister was a patient at Children's as a 16-year-old, it's pretty daunting to be diagnosed with a terminal illness, and in the prime of your high school life, you want to be with your friends, you want to be out in the world and doing things, and especially having a brother and sister who are able to do those things. Cancer treatment is really tough, and being at Boston Children's Hospital was it's kind of hard to say that it was a good experience, but the nursing staff and the care staff who were there just provided such a sense of support for us, and being there for my sister and our family every single day for 10 months. We know that those are the people that are supporting not only our family, but all the families every single day, putting their heart and sweat and tears into caring for terminally ill children and finding a cure for cancer. The doctors and nurses and all the staff were really who went after my sister passed. We really wanted to give back to them. We wanted to give back to that community, and we wanted to give back to the people who are still big parts of our life today. The nurses who took care of my sister, many of them are still on the floor. Children's has one of the longest tenure of oncology nurses in the country, if not the world, and the purpose of giving back to them and finding ways to support them was to make sure that they were getting the best of the best. They were getting the best education, they were getting respite, they were getting the resources that they need to take care of the families like they took care of ours.
So you guys also have a program that deals with one of the most prestigious schools, Harvard Medical School.
Yeah, this was actually created by Dr. Lauren Walensky and the Miliotis family. The goal really is to selfishly get the best and the brightest at Harvard Medical School early on in their careers interested in pediatric oncology. So we fund fellows to do research under the guidance of brilliant physicians such as Dr. Lauren Walensky and others to get them really interested in pediatric oncology. We've had a lot of success there.
2020 has been difficult for many people and many foundations, but I'm curious to learn how Alex's Team Foundation has continued to raise awareness and funds to support that mission.
Now is even more important than ever. They're the ones on the front lines, not only having to battle the most difficult disease for a child that a child can ever face, but they're obviously having to deal with what the rest of the world is dealing with COVID-19. So it's even more important now that we're providing the resources for them so they can do their job properly. And as Ariana spoke about, the burnout rate for nurses in this industry is the highest amongst many jobs, and usually people only last a couple of years, due to the stress of the role. So if we can provide some extra funds that are not part of the budget that can help them out, That's really what we're striving to do, so they can provide better care.
You took a unique pivot from one night spirit ball to an entire month. Why did you decide to go about it that way?
It was a tough decision. We decided to take one epic evening, which people look forward to every single year, and turn it into an entire month and mix it in with interviews and concerts and educational opportunities for people to learn and gain value, while also, raising some money.
It's really amazing. And so how can people get involved and help the foundation this month?
So we'll be having a series of episodes, as Ryan said, concerts, interviews, workout classes. Since we can't do anything else and everyone is always on their phones and on social media, tune into Instagram and Facebook, check it out.
You guys have an epic auction at that spirit ball. So how can people get involved with that this year?
We are still having the auction. You are going to be able to bid online. We have tons of vacation houses, sports memorabilia, all the cool things that we have, probably not sports tickets. But we'll have all these opportunities for you to get involved. We'll also have a raffle.
Thank you guys so much for speaking with me. Clearly, it is more important than ever, so every little bit helps. Every donation, big or small. Visit atfspiritmonth.org and get involved and help this amazing organization.